Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to take a little bit different journey. Instead of talking about fashion or beauty, we're going to talk about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. If you're new to hearing that term, don't worry, I'm going to tell you everything that I know about it. And the reason that I wanted to share it with you is because I've had great success with it and I feel better, and perhaps you would like to be educated too. Perhaps you would like to learn more. And so we're going to talk about it. We're going to get personal, and I hope that's okay. I hope you're comfortable with that. But let's start at the very beginning. Why did I even seek out hormone replacement therapy? Well, I had a lot of symptoms such as brain fog, restless sleep, fatigue, moodiness, no sex drive, joint pain, all kinds of things. And, I thought for a while that was just the way life was going to be for me. That's just, what, you're aging. This is just what happens. And I was really prompted to look a little bit further to see is that really accurate, or is there something that I can do about it to feel better? And so I did, which prompted me to look into bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So the first thing I did was I had lab work done. So they drew my blood and they, sent it off, and it came back with where my levels were for just so many things. And that was very, very eye-opening. Having your blood work drawn is so important because it really lets you see exactly where you are deficient in some areas and where you are healthy in some areas, and you really get to see a balance of what your body is missing as far as hormones. And for me, I was 0 on testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. And so those were my main focuses of concern. And so I met with my medical provider and we went over the lab work, and she explained to me everything and how what she was going to prescribe for me, the treatment plan that she was going to prescribe for me, would be helpful in the reasons why. And so her treatment plan for me was sort of a cocktail of things that are customized just for me, based on the lab results, based on my lifestyle, my health, my height and my weight. I mean, just it's customized to accommodate me. And so even if I were to shout out my numbers to you and let you know how much I'm taking of this or that, that really would not do you any good, because your lab work would need to show where your levels fall, and then your provider would come up with a plan, a treatment plan for you, which could look very different than mine. So once we came up with a treatment plan, the next thing was to discuss how I was going to receive the hormones. Where I go, the medical provider that I see in Baton Rouge, they do it several different ways, and I had these options presented to me. You can do it in cream form. You can do it with pills that you swallow. You can do injections, shots, or you can do a pellet. And so we sort of talked about, the effectiveness of each one of those and the pros and the cons of each one based on my lifestyle, where I live. I would have to drive into Baton Rouge for certain things so what we decided together was the best way for me to get the hormones treatment was to do injections at home. And so I get injections once a week at home. My husband does it for me because I don't want to do it. And it doesn't hurt. It's a very tiny, tiny needle, and the amount that goes in is such a small amount. So it is lickety-split, just over in a matter of seconds. But it's very convenient. I live about 45 minutes away from Baton Rouge, where I go to Rejuvime Medical, and it just was more convenient for me to do this at home than for me to go in once a week to have the shots given and administered there. So, like I said, they don't hurt. I do it, the same day every week. And I've been doing this for a little over 4 weeks now. Keeping with the theme of taking care of yourself in 2024, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor, Zip. Now, Zip has nothing to do with hormone replacement therapy, totally separate things. Now, Zip has created this at-home microcurrent device. It's called the Zip Halo. It's very sleek, very small, and very simple to use. Now, what is unique about this microcurrent device is that it has two different elements. One is the microcurrent, which that sort of it pushes against the muscle and it helps to create a more instantaneous look and lift. But it also has nanocurrent, which gets into the cellular level of the skin, which takes longer to see the results. It may take even up to 6 weeks to see the results, but they offer both of these in this one tiny little device.
Another unique thing about the Zip Halo is that they have a corresponding app. Now you can download the Zip app and unlock guided targeted treatments to your face. So I looked through to see which one I might want to pick, and I decided to work on the one that says the problem solver. So then you just tap start treatment to get started, and then the woman that actually created this product, Melanie, who is an electrical esthetician, guides you through step by step how to do that particular treatment. First step is to apply the electric complex gel. Now this has a highly conductive formulation which allows the dual waveforms to pass effectively through the skin. I use about 4 pumps to cover my face and neck. Like with anything, consistency is key. All right, let's get started. One of the biggest questions is, when will I see results? Well, most users see some sort of immediate lifting after a single treatment. However, it depends on your skin and your concerns, your usage, and all of that. But the recommended time is to use it 5 times a week for at least 6 weeks before you start seeing the long-term effects. Another question that's often asked is, do I have to download the app in order to use the device? And the answer is no, you do not need to. You can still experience a great treatment without going through the guided tutorials that the app offers. Now, I'm someone that uses Retin-A consistently, but I do not use Retin-A on the nights that I'm doing the Halo treatment. I like to start at the bottom where my jowls are, and then you move the device upward until you hear it beep, and then that's your indication to go back and go over that spot again. I generally go over the same spot maybe 3 times and then move on to a different spot, my neck or my cheekbone area or my crow's feet. Having a nanocurrent device that I can use at home is so convenient, and it's actually been a game changer for my skin. So, do I think it's good for women in their 50s? For this 57-year-old, I have to say absolutely, 100%.
Now comes the fun part. Zip has offered me a discount code to pass along to you for 15% off. Now that code is Poised Petite 15, and also if you purchase the Zip Halo in the month of January, then they're going to also
include a free travel bag gift.
That'll be fun too. If you have any questions at all about this, please feel free to ask. I'm going to have all of this information listed down in the description box below. I can tell you that after 2 weeks, I started to feel a little bit of a change. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. But now at 4 weeks, I feel a definite change, and I feel so much better. And I want to explain that to you because it is, when you feel better, you look back on how you used to feel and you think, I can't believe that I went on that long feeling like that when I could feel like this with just a little bit of help. And so I am sleeping better. I am, my brain fog is gone. So I literally, y'all, there were times, and it didn't happen that often, but seriously, this would happen. I would be in the middle of working, at my desk working, and I would lose it would just be concentration and thought of what I was doing, and like couldn't go back to it, so much so one time it scared me so bad I just started crying, and I went and got my husband. I said, I can't think clearly. What is wrong with me? Like, it was a real tangible thing, and I haven't had that since I've been on. Now, like I said, I had better sleep, energy. I have so much more energy. Oh my goodness. Like, it feels good to have energy. My joint pain has been less, a lot less. The sex drive has increased, and that makes for a happier marriage. You know, when you are not intimate with your spouse, that affects your marriage. And, well, it makes them feel unimportant, or rejected or unloved. And, that wasn't the case at all with my relationship with my husband. I didn't know that I just needed a little help, and I would just feel better, and everything would be that much better. Side effects. Okay, I have not really had hardly any side effects. The only thing that I've had just slightly is like the day of and or the day after my injection. Sometimes I get a little bit snippy, maybe a little bit little easily irritated. Let's just say that. And so I may, if I happen to just snap a little bit, my husband will remind me, you know, this is the day after your injection. Like, he'll call me out on it, and rightfully so, because that is what's going on. And then it just sort of subsides and goes away. Now, I've heard that you could get more hair, like maybe some black hairs on your chin or whatever from the testosterone. That has not happened for me. So I really haven't had any bad side effects. The only thing I can really tell you is that snippiness, like the first or second day after the injection. But other than that, I have felt good and healthy, and you know what else? In a good mood. Like, I have felt just happier, and I can't really put my finger on it on like one thing. Life just feels good. Life just feels really good, and it feels good to feel good. Do you know what I mean? It just so does. All right, so I've had a lot of questions come at me, really more over on Instagram, about the hormone replacement therapy. So I want to address those questions here because they're probably questions that you might have as well. First question, is it covered by insurance? No, it is not covered by insurance. Second question, how much does it cost? Well, lab work, it depends on where you go and if they're having a special or something like that, but lab work can be anywhere from like $150 to $200, something like that, in that ballpark. And then the treatment plan that they put you on really depends on what you and your provider decide on, because like I said, I'm on 3 different things, and if you're just on one, yours is going to be a lot different than mine in price. So it really varies from person to person. Now, I can tell you, for me, I'm on 3 different things: the testosterone, the progesterone, and the estrogen. And it also depends on what form you take it in. So I'm doing the injections again. Mine runs about $270 a month, give or take. So that's just to give you a ballpark figure. But like I said, if I'm taking 3 and you only need 1, yours might be quite a bit less. It just depends on what you need, where your levels fall, how out of balance you are, and how much you need to get you back in that healthy range for your own hormone replacement therapy. There are 2 different types of hormone replacement therapy. There is a synthetic hormone replacement therapy, and then there is the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Now, I'm going to read to you, just because I want to get this very accurate. This is from webmd.com, okay? And this says it's difficult for you to function properly when your hormones are out of balance. A hormone imbalance can cause weight gain, mood swings that affect your day-to-day life. Taking hormones can help people whose bodies don't make enough of a certain hormone or whose hormone levels are unbalanced. Bioidentical hormones are just one type of man-made hormones available. Of all the hormones out there, the bioidentical type is the closest to the real thing. These hormones are chemically identical to the ones your body makes, so you can absorb them easily. Bioidentical hormones are made in a laboratory and can come in different forms. Hormones can come in different forms like pills, creams, injections. Okay, this is key. People need to take replacement hormones for different reasons. Sometimes it's due to old age or life changes like menopause. Taking certain hormones your body will no longer make can help you improve your overall health and well-being. Without a proper balance of hormones, your body can go through unpleasant symptoms. Replacing the hormone you no longer produce with doctor-prescribed bioidentical hormone replacement therapy can reduce symptoms and help you achieve a better quality of life. And here's a list on WebMD that they say of what it can help with. So, BHRT can help with the following symptoms: weight gain, mood swings, hot flashes, vaginal dryness, night sweats, low energy, memory loss, difficulty sleeping, and decreased interest in sex. All of the above. So when you have this available to you, to me, it's like, why wouldn't you want to feel better? Now, as with anything medically that you're going to look into, always check with your doctor. You want to make sure that you are doing it safely, that your doctor approves, and that type of thing. But now, let me just say this too, because this is what happened to me a few years back. So, I was having these symptoms a lot earlier, like maybe 10 years ago, okay? And I went to my OB, and I described everything that I've described to you here. And she just thought I was, busy with young kids, and life was just hectic, and, I was just overwhelmed, and she suggested on putting me on an antidepressant. Well, I wasn't really depressed. So just be aware of that, because I hear that happens with other people too. It wasn't just me. A lot of OBs that are not educated in hormone replacement therapy, that'll be their bend, is to just put you on an antidepressant, which I don't really understand, but there's that. And I would say typically follow the guidance of your doctor. I mean, really follow their guidance, unless you feel like they are overlooking something that you feel is wrong. You feel, it's okay to go to another doctor. It's really okay. Even if you've gone to the same one for 20 years, it's okay to get another opinion. You really can do that. So be an advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up and say, but I'm not depressed. These are my symptoms, and this isn't one of them. What else could it possibly be? And ask them, what they think about hormone replacement therapy. You might be surprised, maybe not, but it's worth the discussion if you're having symptoms like what I'm sharing with you. I know that was a lot of really personal information, and I really hope that you're okay with that. Honestly, this is coming from a heart of a woman that just feels better and just wants to share it with you so that you can feel better too, if by chance you've had some of the same symptoms that I have with the whole menopause journey. Please feel free to ask me anything. Really, you can do it in the comments, or you can just send me an email if you would prefer to do that. That is really okay. I try to be an open book with you. I try to share as much as I can, because I feel like I would not do you justice if I didn't give you all the facts and tell you exactly what I'm doing that is helping me to live a more healthy lifestyle. So, thanks for being here today. Thanks for listening, And if you haven't already, tap the subscribe button so that you never miss a video, and I'll see you in a few days.